So January, usually being the month of dumpster fire movies, is usually full of disappointment, but sometimes an unexpected ray of hope and sunshine that you didn't see coming drops into the theaters when you least expect it. This movie was one I didn't expect to really enjoy as much as I did, but I loved it, and here's why. One of Them Days is the new comedy written by Sarita Singleton and directed by Lawrence Lamont. The film stars Keke Palmer as Drew and Cesar as Elisa, two close friends and roommates who find themselves in a bit of a financial crisis. Elisa's user boyfriend has blown all of their rent money on starting his own t-shirt line, and the two friends have to go through a whole day of craziness before the clock strikes 6 p.m., leading to their eviction by their landlord, Uche. I've seen this film being compared to a new Friday or Friday After Next, so based just on that and my love for the original Friday movie, I had to check it out. And I can see the comparisons. Two friends running out the clock to find money they need to survive. There is a Debo-like character, Bernice, who actually is kind of a combination of Debo and Joy, Craig's girlfriend, in the beginning of Friday. There's also a big worm type of character.
I don't think you're applying yourself, Smokey.
Called King Lolo, but who is a lot scarier. Just ask about what happens to Peanut. Honestly, I think being compared to Friday is a little unfair because this film stands out on its own, mainly because it has so much heart. There is a lot of craziness in this movie, and the ending of this movie is bonkers. And it has a couple slightly raunchy moments, and it has a ton of over-the-top colorful characters, but the relationship between Drew and Elisa carry the movie, and it makes it even funnier and sweeter. So Drew works at Norm's restaurant, which is actually a real restaurant in LA. She's a waitress at this type of Denny's restaurant, and she's applied to be a franchisee or franchisor with the corporate office. She wants to better her life for her and her roommate by making money and setting up a career for herself. She has a hard time believing in herself and believing in the dream that she has, and struggles with thoughts of not being good enough. Elisa is a struggling artist who also doesn't believe in herself or her art and settles for a man who uses her and steals from her. And this is where the movie really shines. The two girls are always building each other up throughout the whole entire movie.
You got this, okay? You been that girl. Been that girl.
They keep moving forward because they believe in each other, even when they don't believe in themselves. And it pushes them to want to be better. It's a very sweet setup for the film and works really well when the inevitable strain on the relationship happens later in the movie, like so many buddy comedies do. Keke Palmer and Cesar are incredibly fun to watch, and they both have this innocence about them that makes you smile when things start to go horribly wrong. But the movie doesn't actually stop there. This movie is really, really funny. The writing is really smart and quick, and there are situations that are so hilarious because they're absolutely outrageous, but also true, and something that I haven't seen before. The scene at the payday loan office had me crying with their 1,900% APR. And when they go for the loan at the seedy loan office, Katt Williams is there, who plays Lucky, begs them not to go in and not to do it. And it is absolutely hilarious.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
If you don't have the money this month, you're not going to have it next month. Please get out. Please.
It was amazing to see him pop up throughout the film, and not just this one scene. The loan officer, Kathy, played by Keila Monterosa Minjaya, when she laughs because of Drew's credit score, her laughter was so contagious, and her back and forth with the duo was one of my favorite parts of the film. That and the Church's Chicken Biscuit Bandit. I mean, I was dying. Even when I got to the parking lot, I started to drive away from the theater and I was still laughing. I'm still laughing now, actually. There were a couple things that I would have liked to see more of, but I'm just nitpicking here. Like Janelle James, who I love in Abbott Elementary, I wish they would have used her a little bit more in this movie.
Join the club, girl.
She was really funny, but She is so good that they could have brought her out just a little more. Same with Maude Apatow. She was just kind of there to bring some of the plot points together, but she didn't really shine like she usually does in other films. But I get it, it's a small role. There's a lot to love about this movie, though. Mama Ruth, who runs a convenience store out of her apartment, even Uchi, the very stern landlord. This movie was just a really fun time, and I love comedies that are so funny that you actually hear the majority of the theater audience laughing, and that makes it even funnier. It is rated R for a small amount of raunchy humor, some harsh language, and there is a lot of blood splatter at a blood bank, which is actually really funny. One of Them Days is a sweet buddy comedy that has some new original laughs and doesn't use the same jokes and setups that a lot of buddy comedies overuse. It's a really fresh take on the buddy comedy with some great performances by Seiza and Palmer. It is really, really funny. It's a funny movie that you'll be laughing about the next day and will probably be a cult classic buddy movie like Friday or Tommy Boy, Life, and I don't know, insert your favorite buddy comedy here. It's a fun time at the movies that deserves 4 stars, and it's worth buying on digital or Blu-ray or whatever your platform is. Go see it with a group of friends. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you again for those of you who have. Talk to me in the comments. I promise I will respond. I love talking to you about these films. And as always, don't wait till it streams. Let's go to the theater and let's see it together.
You gonna eat your cornbread?
Oh, Trevor. Don't say nothing.
You talking to me?
Yeah, I think you're talking to you.